Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Hardcore Challenge Live, the official webcast of the Hardcore Challenge, the pinnacle of fantasy football competition. I am your host, the Commish. We are now at the beginning of preseason games for 2018. Shit has officially gotten real. We've had our first game, somewhat of a game, Bears, Ravens. It's the first, obviously, of their 5 preseason games since both teams get an extra week, so you don't really get to see much of a playbook, and you see second, third string quarterbacks starting. But it's football, and it was the first real football, so it's here. And as we are nearing the 10th draft and the impending start of our historic 10th season in the Hardcore Challenge, we've taken some time out these last 2 weeks to break down each conference. And tonight, as we did last week with the NFC, we will focus on the AFC. Now, the AFC is made up of 4 divisions, just like the NFC. The Great White North, the Elite East, the Wild West Division, and the one that I live in, the Dirty South. 16 owners. Since we divided and expanded last season, adding the 12 owners, splitting off from our original 20, growing to 32, splitting into 16 owner conferences. In the AFC, you have 4 who have never, ever made the playoffs. The Brady Bunch, King Salami, All-Pro Afro, and the Big Dog. None of the 4 have made the playoffs. Brady Bunch being a new owner in 2017 through the expansion, as well as All-Pro Afro and Big Dog. King Salami, however, does not have the same distinction as they have been around since 2016, 2 seasons without making the playoffs. None of these owners are OG owners that have been around a long period of time, so you can't hold them terribly at fault for not having made the playoffs yet. So they're fairly new, so you got to give them a little bit of a pass for a few seasons. If they haven't got in by 3, you start to question. Now there are 4 who have made one playoff appearance, a singular playoff appearance in the Hardcore Challenge Live postseason, but still have yet to garner their first playoff win. That would be Zeke and Destroy, who has made the playoffs on 2 separate appearances in 2010 and 2013, both without gaining a playoff victory. An original, one of only, I believe only 2 remaining. Yes, one of only 2 remaining original members from the original league of 2009, where we had only 12 owners before moving into our 20 owner league as we did from 2010 through 2016. Zeke and Destroy. The only OG, since there's only 2 of us left, that has not grabbed a playoff victory. Pretty pathetic, I have to say so myself. But, you know. The Cowboys fans in general in the league did not fare well last week, as we will get to that later. We will touch on that in a minute. Now, the other, Tama Tears, who looks to have made a name change to 4th phase, but Tama Tears also finally getting in the playoffs in 2015, but has not gotten a playoff victory to date. Pale Horseman, only playoff appearance in 2012, no playoff victory. The Stone Ponies, one of the new owners who made a playoff appearance last year, but did not grab a playoff victory, but still, in their first year, they did make the playoffs, which was a quite a feat in itself, so you can't really fault them for getting bounced in round 1. Now, Johnsonville Brats has made 1 playoff appearance and earned 2 playoff victories in their only playoff appearance. Bleeding Green grabbed their only playoff win in their first appearance last season as one of the new owners. Again, nice showing in your first season in the league, you made the playoffs and got a victory under your belt. Definitely something to build on. They obviously should have some solid keepers coming into this season. Now, one of the other teams that has only made the playoffs once happens to be our reigning champion. Kevin Priest, owner of Knox Vegas Anarchy, who in their first season in the league, in the expansion, took down the defending champ in his own division, bounced him as division champ, and pretty much ran the table and hoisted the Hardcore Cup in 2017. Took home the cash. That leaves, historically, a top 5 powerhouse heavy hitters in the AFC conference. Now, whether they have been heavy hitters over the last season or two, historically, they have the stats and the credentials to say they are basically your top 5. Now, you've got to throw Kevin in there, the owner of Knox Vegas Anarchy, as he came out and showed a unbelievably strong showing in his first season. But among the heavy hitters, you have myself, I would say at number 5. Silver and Black Attack. Played one season as Big Mac Attack. Been in the league since 2009. Made the playoffs in 2010, 2011, 2014. Division champion in 2010, 2011, and 2014. Super Bowl appearance in 2011. 3 playoff victories. Number 4 on the power rankings historically in the AFC is the Beaver Street Roar, who had the most wins in the regular season last season as the only team who had 11, leading the entire league with the best record in the league. Unfortunately, he absolutely petered out in the AFC Championship game and scored less than 100. An absolute embarrassment for an owner who made it so far. He's number 4 AFC on the power rankings. He's made the playoffs in 2013, 2015, 2016, and 2017. And has won the Dirty South Division for the last 3 seasons, the three-peat, at 2015, 16, and 17. Super Bowl appearance in 2016. Got back to the AFC Championship game last season. 3 playoff victories. And has never, ever won the cup. Very, very close. That's your 4th on the power rankings. Number 3, Stinky Pinky. Playoff appearances in 2011, 2013, 2014, and 2016. Division titles in 2011, 2013, 2014, and 2016. Super Bowl appearance in 2013. League champion in 2013. As well as led the league in scoring in 2014. 3 total playoff victories, all coming in the year he ran it all. He's number 3. That leaves your top 2. Bison Broncos. Playoff appearances 5 times in 12, 13, 15, 16, and 17. Division titles in 2012, 2013, 2015, and 2016. Super Bowl appearances in 2012 and 15. League champion in 2015. Led the league in scoring in 2013. 5 playoff victories. And that leads us to who was the king of the mountain, and still basically is statistically. Although last season took a major, major hit. And that is, formerly I'm thinking RB's, now Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Playoff appearances in 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. Do you get where I'm going? The man's made the playoffs every damn season he's been in the league since 2010. Not only that, until last season, except for his first year when he made it as a wild card. He won a division title 2011 through 2016, owned the Great White North Division, winning 6 straight division titles. And then the expansion came. After winning the championship, after his third record tying third, it's the only other player to play in 3. And the only owner to win it twice. In 2016, he took home the Hardcore Cup. And then the expansion came. He moved into the Great White North. Had to face off against Knox Vegas Anarchy. Coming down the stretch, it looked like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was just another day at the park. He was going to win the division, and he was going to go in defending his title strong, possibly with a 1 or a 2 seed in the first round bye. But Knox Vegas Anarchy had something to say about that, as they turned into playing their last 3 games, all divisional. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood lost all 3, including a head-to-head matchup with Knox Vegas Anarchy, as Knox Vegas Anarchy ran the table in the last 3 games of the season, took the division crown as they tied 9-4, won the tiebreaker, took the division crown, and we all know the rest. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood got bounced by Bleeding Green in the first round of the wild card round. Knox Vegas Anarchy went on to a first round bye and didn't have to play because they took the division crown. Is that a changing of the guard in the AFC? Now that we see that Tom has some serious competition in the Great White North. Were the previous owners that he was battling against just not up to the task to take him down? And now that there is somebody, is the power changing atop? It was very interesting how it shook out in the AFC last season, as half the field was new owners, as Bleeding Green, Stone Ponies, and Knox Vegas Anarchy took up half of the talent that made the playoff field. They were also half of the talent alive in the second round, as Bleeding Green faced the Beaver Street Roar, the number 1 seed, against the 4 seed. Stone Ponies fell to the Bison Broncos, who moved on to face Knox Vegas Anarchy. So not only did Knox Vegas Anarchy take down a defending champ in their first playoff game, they go on to take down the team that was in the Super Bowl the previous season in Beaver Street Roar, and then goes on to take down another defending champ in Donkey Punch. So Kevin really proved he was the cream of the crop among the new owners that came in last season. So remains to be seen if he's going to stay there. Now, with this being the first year owners will be selecting keepers from the expansion draft, it's going to be interesting to see if this new tier that looks to be shaking out in the AFC remains. It's hard to tell. There were several draft pick trades in last season's draft, and the first round is a little shook up. Unlike the NFC, who had 0 draft pick trades in 2017, so their draft is just how the owners placed, the AFC did have quite a few. You have the big dog, both of the Cowboys fans. The big dog drafting number 1 as they finished the worst team in the AFC, and Zeke and Destroy drafting second as they finished the second to worst team in the AFC. Oh my, Odell Yes is drafting 3rd, with King Salami drafting 4th. Tama Tears, now named 4th Phase, is drafting 5th. Silver and Black Attack is drafting 6th. Brady Bunch drafting 7th. Stinky Pinky drafting 8th. Pale Horseman drafting 9th. All Pro Afro drafting 10th. Zeke and Destroy drafting 11th, with the Stone Ponies drafting 12th. Bison Broncos drafting 13th. Bleeding Green drafting 14th. Silver and Black Attack drafting 15th. And Silver and Black Attack also drafting 16th. And if you were following along there, yes, I have 3 first-round picks. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, 2 of the trades that I made for first-round picks ended up being the 2 damn best teams in the AFC, so they're at the bottom of the round. Unfortunately, that could have worked out a little better in my favor, but, I'll still take 3 first-round picks going into this season, and we'll see if I can turn that into something. Now, looking at that first week of the season, you can kind of circle, if you've looked at the schedule, you can already, if I haven't laid it out for you, pretty much tell you who the damn game of the week is in week 1. As Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood faces off against the defending champ, the team that broke their division title streak, the team that took a first-round bye from them, a team that ultimately sent them on the path to be eliminated and took the Hardcore Cup right from their very own hands. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood faces off against Knox Vegas Anarchy in week 1. That's got to be your game of the week. It's got to be. How could it not be? Now, we are a week out from one of the 2 biggest dates coming up in the league, as everything locks on the 12th. August 12th, next Sunday, a week from today, your buy-ins are due. Those of you who had not paid your buy-ins, I've posted a list on the page a couple posts ago on both of the groups. If your name is on there, please message me if you haven't received your invoice from our PayPal account from the league. We need to get that paid. That's first and foremost. You ain't playing with house money. Got to get that paid. Second, league owner t-shirts. This year's design is up. We're going to have a new design every season. We are only going to run the owner shirts one time. So this is our very first one. I'm working with a guy who's going to be designing the shirts going forward. He's making shirts for my Raider Reaction page, and he's going to be making these. But this is our first design. If you want to get one, shipping's included. It's $35. That covers the shipping and the shirt. Go to the page. A couple posts ago, it was on there as well. That also needs paid by the 12th, because we are only going to run those once. We're taking everybody's order. We're making one order. We're sending out all the shirts, and that's it. No more of those owner shirts. Then we'll have a new design next year. So that way they're only going to be exclusive, only owners of our leagues. And they're always going to say Hardcore Challenge League owner on them in some sort or another. So, it's a bit of a conversation shirt, tells Hardcore Challenge, blah, blah, blah. You can fuck tell. Most importantly, the core of your team, what you did in our reshake, the expansion draft, the reboot of last season, what you should have done as the owner, president, CEO, freaking everything of your fantasy franchise, what you should have done last season in the biggest draft in Hardcore Challenge history, what you should have done is put your core together for the future. And by August 12th, you will select that core. You will lock in your 5 keepers. Now, with those 5, one of those keepers must be defensive. Either a defensive team or a defensive individual player. Now, you can make the rest of the whole 5 come up however combination you want, but one of those has to be defensive. That's the only rule for your keepers. Now, if you go to the home page, and I'm saying go to the home page on your laptop or your desktop, go to the home page, right under the league photo, it says league stories, league news, right there. All of those hot points, that's all you need to do to get ready for the season. It tells you right there, it gives you click to set your draft board, click to select your keepers. It's all right there. If you just go to the home page on a laptop or a computer, you're not going to get it on your mobile app. You got to do certain things from your laptop. And then once you get everything set up and you're good for you can pretty much run the rest of it from your mobile. But man, when you're getting ready for your draft and you're selecting your keepers, you've really got to do it from your thing. I haven't figured out a way to do it from the mobile app. Now, I've got my keepers already locked. On August 12th, when they lock, on August 13th, we will post the entire list of everybody's keepers to both of the groups and both of the league news pages, the forums. so that everybody will know who the keepers are, so that you can then really finally tweak your draft board in prep for the August 19th draft. Now, the draft is on August 19th. 6 o'clock is the AFC. 8 o'clock is the NFC. So the drafts will be overlapping, as one will be finishing the late rounds as the other starts. Right here in studio with myself will be our reigning vice president, Matt Herron, owner of the Beaver Street Roar, as we will be keeping it down for both of the drafts, carrying live coverage as we will be set up right here, computers in hand, Draft Central for Hardcore Challenge Live, Draft Central, covering the whole Hardcore Challenge draft in the historic 10th season. When does trading open? Trading never closes. You can trade now. In the Hardcore Challenge, you can trade any commodity that you have. What do you currently have as a commodity? You currently have draft picks. That's all you have, because your keepers haven't locked yet. Now, as soon as your keepers lock, they're a commodity that you have. So you can now trade your keepers or your draft picks. Now, as soon as you have guys and you now have a team, now you can trade whatever the hell you want. There's nothing you really can't trade as long as you own it. Technically, you don't own your players right now. They're basically restricted free agents. Nobody else can sign them until you select which ones you want. Well, Lions, good luck with that. Your team must really fucking suck. Man, it's possible. It was run by Scott Bush, so maybe your team does suck. Who knows? Now, like I said, next Sunday is the biggest day thus far going forward. Keepers lock. Your buy-ins due. T-shirt orders due for the limited edition owner shirts. And you're 1 week out from the draft. Get your draft board set. Get your shit in order. It's year 10. Now, we wanted to raise the stakes just a little bit. We're going to continue to raise the stakes, because this is year 10. It's the Hardcore Cup. Now, I have the Hardcore Cup in studio, and I was going to present it tonight. Unfortunately, the Hardcore Cup caught a little damage on its trip back from Canada. Some fucking Mountie or something probably roughed it up. So I've got to do a little refurbishing to it, but I just will tell you that the top of the cup now says the greatest hardcore champion. I'm thinking RBs. So that's unfortunate. Way to fucking go, everybody. Letting it go to fucking Canada. So I've got to refurbish it, and then by next week's show, the minor repairs will be done to it, and it'll be back, and we'll show it. But then it's going to be heading to Kevin. It's going to be heading to Kevin. But the Hardcore Cup needs a real name. You know, like the Lombardi Trophy, the Stanley Cup. It needs a real name. So this year, on top of the $1,000 you'll get for winning, on top of the custom ring, you get custom championship ring. But yours is on its way now, Kevin. I got that shit taken care of. And the 1-year ownership of the Hardcore Cup. This year, for year 10, if you are the league champion, the Hardcore Cup will forever be going forward. And in season 11, Hardcore Bowl 11, the winner will be handed a cup. And it will now, and forevermore going forward, carry the name of the owner who won it in season 10. So, if you win the league and are the Hardcore Bowl 10 champion this season, we're going to name the goddamn cup after you. So, if Lions wins it, it will be the Graham Cup forever going forward. If the Beaver Street Roar wins it all this year, it will be the Heron Cup forever going forward. Or you can name it whatever you want. If you want to name it the Stinky Pinky Cup, if within reason, we're going to allow it. Whoever wins it gets to name it for year 10, and that will be its name forever going forward. So, we'll present it next week. I'm going to get the plaque and everything changed. Get it ready for Kevin, our new champion. Get his new plaque and everything put on it, as it just came in Friday. And we'll get it ready, as it's time. Season 10. So, this is by far going to be our biggest season yet. And I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. We've put a lot of time and effort into this league over the years. And for it to get to 10 years and to still be as competitive and fun as it is, I think it is a feat and a testament to all of you guys that are in this freaking league. Because it ain't, you know, it takes a lot of time in the off season to set it and keep it going, but it's you guys during the season that keep it going and keep it lively the entire season. And it's just to have 32, man. I mean, we lost one owner, guys. We lost one owner. I believe everybody else is coming back. I think it's just a matter of some guys haven't got around to paying their buy-in because, you know, y'all are fucking procrastinators. But other than that, we lost one owner. And we've already replaced him with a guy who's dying to get in. So, we don't lose owners. And there's a reason for that. Because everybody that's here is here to play. We keep it competitive. And we try to keep it fun. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And we're going to be bringing in guys via split screen starting next show. So if there's any owners that want to come on, hit me up. We'll get it set up. We'll bring you guys on. Let the smack talk begin. Because next Sunday, we're going to know what the cores of the teams look like. Because the keepers are going to lock. So we're going to know what we got going forward. So next week, same time, same channel. We'll do it again. And then the next week's the draft. So one more show, and then it's draft time. Probably do a little draft preview show on the day before the draft because everybody's keepers will be locked, and it'll be interesting to kind of look at everybody's keepers and see who they're going to be going draft-wise, but it's very close. The season is upon us. So, are you ready for the challenge? Season 10. You ain't got your buy-in paid. Get it in. If you see somebody you know on that list, call them, text them, tell them to get their buy-in paid. We don't want to be a bill collector up until the last minute, but, you know, we will have to send somebody to your door to kneecap your ass if you don't get your buy-in paid. It's just a warning. But get it paid. Let's get ready. Let's get everybody locked down. Get your shirt orders in if you want one. Next week, same time, same channel, another edition of Hardcore Challenge Live. I will see you then. Until then, good luck. Game on.